Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jael for those of you that don't know, and today we have a very exciting video because we are going to be trying out some new makeup products. Now very quickly, I want to say, especially because things are going on right now and I know that we are all not out here trying to spend money, these are products that I have accumulated over a very long period of time, like months and months and months. Some of these things I have purchased more recently, but a majority of the things I would say that I'm showing in today's video, I either purchased prior to what's going on right now, or if I did not, I purchased them on sale or with some type of coupon. So I am also not encouraging anybody to go out and spend money. But if you are kind of like, you know what, I just would like to play with some makeup or know what's out there that I can keep my eye out for when I am ready to go and purchase some new things, you can know. And also for me, because I just wanted to try some of these products out, so very excited. If you guys would like to go along this journey with me, please keep watching. So to start off, I have a very exciting product. This is the Girl Meets Makeup palette. This particular palette is the is named Bear. Words are escaping me. This particular palette is named Bear. When I show you the inside in a second, you're going to understand. It is so beautiful. This is an indie-owned and minority Black-owned brand. So I was super excited. I've been eyeing this brand for a long time. I discovered them over on Instagram. I've been doing my little bits of research on them, just kind of seeing if I could get an idea of how the formula might look, how the pigmentation might look, you know, all that stuff. And I was just seeing such good stuff, I had to go and try it. On the back, it says, every eyeshadow palette is carefully created to make you look and feel like the very best version of yourself. We know that when your outer and inner beauty aligns, magic happens. We've put a lot of hard work to make sure the quality is amazing. The colors are super pigmented and vibrant. When a girl meets makeup, her passion and creativity fly high. She creates art. When a girl meets makeup, magic happens. So this is really beautiful. This palette is cruelty-free. They use recycled materials for it. I don't believe that it is vegan, however, but if you're not necessarily concerned about using a vegan formula, then that won't be too much of an issue for you. And this is what the front of the palette looks like. It is so cute. I cannot. I love the drawing on it. I love the artistry. And when you open it up, I already took the little like protective panel that comes out, but when you open it up, it looks like this. And all the shades are just stunning. So I'm super excited to try this baby out. They don't have any names. None of the shadows have names on them, not even in the little insert that was in there that like protects the shades and packaging and travel and stuff. So I am just going to kind of be pointing out shades as I go along. So going into the eyeshadow palette, I'm not entirely sure what look I want to do today, but I'm just going to play around and kind of see what happens, I guess. So I'm going to start off by picking up what I think would be a pretty decent transitional shade to start with, which is this kind of brownie shade here. I feel like that might be a good starter for me. All right, so I think that was a pretty good shade. I want to kind of build it up a little bit. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but we're just playing around. Now I want to try and deepen that up a bit, so I'm going to go in with this shade and this shade. I just want to mix them both. Sometimes I have a little bit of an issue blending kind of right here, like shadows tend to lighten up on me right there. I've never quite known why that is, but I'm gonna just try and pat and see if I can make it work. because that's not totally the product's fault. Part of it is just like my weird eyes. So I might have to do some different like priming techniques that I just never did to see if that makes a difference. I think that that looks pretty good. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit closer. So yeah, I think that that looks pretty dang good. It blends out very, very nicely, and it's just pretty easy to work with. I like the tones, I like the undertones of the shades. I'm a fan. I am going to pick up another kind of fluffier brush just to really diffuse our outer edges here. And I'm going to see if I can add in another shade to kind of give even more of a gradient. But I like this. This shade here, this kind of like tannish shade, just to help diffuse things a little bit more. Yeah, perfect. Just popping down a little bit of eyeshadow primer right where we're going to place those shimmers so they have something to kind of work with. And we're going to start off with this really pretty green shade out here, and we are going to pop that down kind of right on the center of the lid. That is really pretty. I'm definitely glad I added in the shimmer though. I mean the base though, because the shimmer's pretty, but it needs some help. It's really pretty. I'm gonna try it now with like spraying my brush and seeing how it applies wet. Now we're gonna go in with this really pretty gold shade right here. To help blend this little part out, I'm going to take another shimmer. I'm going to take this one, this kind of like taupey, it's like a taupey brown color, at least it looks that way to me in person. I'm going to take this shade and I'm just going to use this to kind of help me blend the yellow gold. And ooh, this is pretty. I like this even more than the yellow gold. I'm going to actually go in one more time with the same brush, and I'm going to take this really pretty like white gold shade right here, and I am going to pop that on top of this one just to see what it does. I think I want to add in a little bit of the black. I don't play with blacks too much because they make me nervous. But this one actually looks more charcoalish gray to me personally. I'm sure it looks even lighter on the screen with the lights. So this is pretty. The shimmers are not quite as buttery as I would like. I wish that they were just a little bit more buttery and had a little bit more kind of like pull to them. They were just a teensy bit more like creamy and easier to work with. They're not hard to work with and they're pretty, but I'm imagining how much more beautiful they would be if they had almost like a wet slip to them. They would be so perfect. I also added a lot of shimmer onto the eye, but I don't know, I just wish they kind of melted together more seamlessly, but they did perform and they are very pretty. So this isn't my favorite eye look that I've ever done, that's for sure, but it is pretty. Like they're pretty, they work well, and once we get the lashes and stuff on, it'll be perfect. So I am not overly concerned at all about this. Alright, so I actually have a primer today that I want to test out. I have not used this primer before, but I did pick it up quite some time ago, so I'm happy to finally use it. This is the Joah Beauty Glow Activator Radiance Primer, and Joah Beauty is inspired by K Beauty, so I am very excited to see how this works. I'm going to be using that like basically on the perimeter of my face, or the main surface area of my face. In my T-zone, I'm using my Old Faithful Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer. I'm gonna have to get some, like, a new bottle sooner rather than later, honestly, because I'm almost out. But I love this primer. It's amazing for my T-zone. And then for my face, I'm just going with my Lancome Idole foundation in the shade 450 Suede Neutral. So this is what it looks like. It's a nice little gel consistency. Looks like it has little sparkles in it, so hopefully it's not glittery. Okay. It goes on my face like a gel moisturizer almost. Like, it almost feels like I'm putting on like a balm of some kind. You know, I'm like rubbing my face, so it's naturally warming up, but I feel like my skin just feels warm. Like, it feels warmer. Like, it feels like this product, like, it's one of those things that just warms your face up a little bit. So maybe it warms it up to get it to its right consistency. I don't know. The foundation is going on very well on top of it, and I'm very familiar with this foundation because this is like the only foundation that I wore for a long time. I've been using Lancome Teint Idole for years now, so I'm very, very familiar with this foundation, and it's working very well thus far with this. It's going on like a dream on top of this. So I don't have a new concealer to try out, so I'm just going to be popping on my Old Faithfuls. I have this Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer in the shade Honey 30. Okay guys, so I have my base down, and I really, really, really like the way my skin looks. It looks beautiful right now, so I am very understandably nervous for our next part. We are going to be trying out a powder. I am very, very, very particular about the powders that I use on my face. I am very, very particular. I like and prefer powders that have a little bit of a yellow tint to them because I'm very golden. So I don't know about this one, but we're going to try it out. This is the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Powder. It's supposed to be a coconut setting powder. It says you apply generously to areas with concealer to bake and set your makeup. And I'm not going to bake. I don't bake anymore, so I won't be doing that. But it says it's supposed to be a soft touch matte finish. It's white. Like, it looks very white. I have a feeling this is going to leave flashback because it's already looking a tinge bit ghostly. I don't know if you guys can see that, but to me it's looking a tinge bit ghostly already. I don't love the color. I'm not used to this kind of color on my skin, so I definitely need some bronziness in there because I'm not loving the color that much, unfortunately. All right guys, so now we can go ahead and move on to some blush. So I have this cream blush here from Covergirl. This is the Clean Fresh cream blush in the shade 350 Flush.
I'm very excited for these. I think Jackie Ino is the person that I first saw talking about it. I really love cream blush, so, and I've been wanting to add more to my collection and try it out, so I'm very excited. Let's go ahead and see how this applies. She is bright. She's a little brighter than I was expecting, but I have high hopes. I'm gonna start with that much because I don't want to go overboard, and I don't know how pigmented or sheer this is. Let me pick up my palette so I can really see what I'm doing. Let's go. Let me try this with a sponge. I kind of feel like it's not blending out as well as I would want it to. Maybe I should have tried it underneath my bronzer. But I kind of feel like it's just staying in one spot. Like over here, it's just staying in one spot and clinging to like areas. For highlight today, we are picking up this Wander Beauty Wandress Glow highlight in the shade After Hours. It looks like this. Very, very pretty. It probably looks a little, yeah, right there, it looks a little bit more true to it. It's kind of like a white goldy, like a little pink undertone. I don't know how to describe it, but it seems pretty. Hopefully it's not too light on me. If it is, I have another one that I can totally use as a backup, but we're gonna see how this one applies. No, that's fine. That's really pretty. It's very subtle. Like it's glowy, but it looks kind of skin-like, so I'm happy with it. And I'm one of those people where I like highlight. I've always kind of liked highlights that looked like they were like kind of naturally sinking into my skin though. But I enjoy a good highlight to this day. All right, I'm going to very quickly do some liner and lashes. And again, we're gonna fast forward through that. Then we're going to do our lips and wrap up this video. So this has kind of been all over the place, and I have also kind of been all over the place, I'm sorry. But we're gonna just wrap it up. All right, I'll be right back. Guys, so I went ahead and popped on my lashes and my liner. I honestly wanted to do something like fun with my hair, but I just couldn't be bothered. I am hungry and ready to eat some food. So I'm just gonna try and wrap this on up, but you know, still give it the best shot. I think the lashes, like I hoped, really helped to just bring the eye look together. So we're gonna actually start off by finishing out our lower lash line right now. So we're picking up this palette again, and I think what I'm going to do is just sweep a little bit of this brown and a little bit of this deeper brown underneath the lower lash line, kind of tying it all together. I'm going to pick up this Smashbox Always On Gel Liner in the shade Bowler. It's this really pretty green color, and we're just going to use that to waterline today. I'm going to pop this shade in the inner corner, and then I'm going to apply the highlight that we used on our cheeks on top of it. I'm going to lay this down as a base. All right, now we can close it out with a little bit of the lips. So I'm going to be picking up my Laura Geller New York Pout Perfection Waterproof Lip Liner in the shade Spice. And I love this lip liner. It's so creamy and so pretty. And for lips today, I have these NYX Suede matte lipsticks. I've never worn these before, but I hear so much about them and they look really pretty. So I'm gonna just go in and swatch this. Ooh, they swatch nicely. They're sweating a little bit, but I think it's just because of the like packaging and how they arrive, so I'm not too concerned. Oh wow, they are super creamy. It kind of smells like, you know those candies that you would get like in your Easter basket?
like the little bracelet ones that you would munch on. It kind of smells like those. So that's what it reminds me of. Like Easter morning, heading to church, my aunt passing me a little bit of that candy. This is a pretty color and it actually looks fine without a liner, but just for my own purposes, I feel like I need a deeper liner than what I use. The one that I just put on my lips was in the shade Free Spirit. Now in the center, I'm going to put on the shade Dainty Daze, which looks like this. It's a lighter, kind of paler pink. It's really pretty as well. Okay. It's really pretty. I want to just pop this gloss on just because I picked it out and I want to try it. This is from the brand Floss and this is in the shade LAX. Okay, so for the powder, I actually am pleasantly surprised. This is actually a surprisingly nice powder. Again, I need to wear it throughout the day and see how it wears, but I think that my skin looks nice with it and I'm not mad about it at all. I really wanted to like this. I was so excited about it. I originally was going to buy more than one, but I decided to just buy one and I'm glad that I did because I need to play around with this some more. I need to see if it's something that you need to apply before you apply other products. I know there are some cream blushes which blend beautifully with anything you're using. Other cream products that have to be used prior to like putting on powders and stuff. I was hoping that this would be something that I could just kind of use normally the way that I normally would use my other cream blushes, but this one just did not apply the way that I was hoping it would. It seemed to just kind of like bunch up in certain areas, like it was catching on stuff. This side of my face, I feel like it kind of emphasized and lifted up some stuff. This side of my face, like I feel like there's still a little bit of like a mark there. So this might have to be a pass. I really like this primer. My skin looks nice with it. I'm going to use it again. Okay, so this highlight I really like from Wonder Beauty. I think it's really pretty. It's a very soft, natural formula. Like literally to the touch, it's just so soft. It actually is really, really nice and subtle, and the moment the light hits it, it just kind of illuminates beautifully. So I am a fan of this so far. I'm going to continue using it, but you kind of know the first time you use a highlight, more or less, like it's pretty solid. Only other things that I tried were the lip products, which I kind of talked about already, but just as a quick rundown, really enjoy these, really enjoy the formula of them. They went on very nicely. I don't know how long they last, obviously, because I haven't used them yet, so I will, of course, give some more information on that later on in the description box. But both of these are nice. I enjoy the color. I did think it was going to be slightly less pink than it was, but I'm okay with the color because I enjoy these colors anyway, and now I'm kind of like used to it with this whole like look and vibe, so I feel like it works. And this lip gloss, as always, was a treat to use. It really does not feel glossy on the lips at all. It doesn't clump up or bunch up. It's not very sticky. It's not really sticky at all, honestly. It's just very comfortable. It almost feels like you have like a lip oil on the lips. It doesn't break up the product. It just looks nice and it's nourishing, and my lips feel nourished. Like they feel very nice. And I enjoy it. I enjoy this whole thing. So the process of getting here was not the easiest, but I'm happy with how this look turned out personally. I think that I had a very successful first impressions video. So yeah, I guess that's it, you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know if you've tested out any of these products or if there are any other products that you think I should test out. Also, let me know if there's anything that you guys now want to go ahead and try and add into your collection that you might have seen in this video, because I tested out some cool stuff. Outside of that, make sure to comment regardless, like regardless, share this video, and also subscribe so that you never miss my uploads. You're part of the little community we're building here. And yeah, I guess that is about it. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, my loves.
Say my name until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last